Hey yo, E-King Fight News. Eddie Hearn is speaking out on the landscape of Showtime and why he thinks their time may be up when it comes to boxing. And hey, he has some good points when it comes to their pay-per-view models. E-King Fight News, more on this. Alright, so Eddie Hearns, the man with the plan. He's been going in on Showtime and the fact that, hey, they got pay-per-view scheduled, but where's the Showtime Championship Boxing? Where's the schedule with all the great dates for all the great fighters that happen to be free agents legitimately, right? They're signed to Al Heyman and not a specific promoter. And the poaching has already started when it comes to ESPN, when it comes to Eddie Hearn making offers left and right. The PBC stable has been pretty solid in not breaking down and taking what money is out there for them, right? Eddie Hearn has said, hey, you know, right now we got 8 champions signed. That includes Alexander Usyk, Demetrius Andrade, Jarrell Miller. Not even Jarrell. Yeah, how do you fucking... He said Jarrell Miller, he's not even a champion. Jarrell Miller ain't a champion. Okay. Danny Roman, you know, Maurice Hooker. You know, it's basically, you know, on the Eddie Hearn Dazn roster is, I guess Danny Jacobs is there. I don't know how. I still, Eddie Hearn says he signed, so I'm gonna take his word for it. So he's got Danny Jacobs, Demetrius Andrade, Alexander Usyk, and he's saying he still needs a Charlo or a Garcia, a Mikey Garcia, to really make that push for a big subscriber base, right? You know what, Eddie Hearn, he seems to be on point when it comes to all the pay-per-views that Showtime has lined up. They got Manny Pacquiao, Bronner, Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia. That's gonna be pay-per-view, and the first one, December 1st, with Tyson Fury and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Now, really, pay-per-view is almost like a relic now when it comes to boxing and sports in general. I mean, I think they got some. I think Tiger Woods is doing like a one-on-one with somebody on pay-per-view. I could be mistaken, but when it comes to sports in general, you don't see too many pay-per-views that are out there. You don't see too many pay-per-views. Now, Wilder Fury is a great heavyweight scrap. I think that's definitely going to be worth buying, but it could end early. It could also end very early. So you know, you got to be careful what you wish for. The real pay-per-view fight to be made is Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. That's the real fight that's a no-brainer on pay-per-view. It's a no-brainer. You can build that fight up. It will hit $1 million. That will hit $1 million. But when it comes to fights like Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia, those are two unknowns being thrown on pay-per-view. That's a fight that could be underwhelming. But it depends what they consider to be a success. If they're talking about 300, 400,000 buys, hey, if that's a success, then it could possibly get there. You know, I think it could possibly get there. Mikey Garcia brings a good Mexican fan base. Errol Spence brings an American fan base. And that will be promoted by Fox, right? That's a big major network out of the US. And if they can't sell pay-per-views, I don't know who's gonna be able to sell pay-per-views. If Fox can't sell these pay-per-views, goddamn, it's gonna be tough. The Pacquiao Bronner, that might pique the interest of fans. That actually might. But I really don't know how the market's gonna treat Pacquiao after the Jeff Hearn loss, and coming off of, you know, an ESPN Plus victory over Lucas Matisse. Those numbers have not been revealed in terms of how many people tuned in to Manny Pacquiao on ESPN Plus. So, I mean, it's very, very dodgy. It's very dodgy whenever you got to fight on pay-per-view. You never know how it's going to do these days. And a lot of that comes down to what Pacquiao and Mayweather did. They had a huge negative impact on pay-per-view boxing. A really terrible impact. Because, you know, since that fight, there hasn't been really any successful pay-per-views other than these Canelo fights. And even some of them haven't been that great. I mean, the two fights with Triple G were probably the best pay-per-views to happen since Pacquiao Mayweather. And, you know, whenever you're forced to throw fighters on pay-per-view, like what happened with Terrence Crawford versus Victor Postol, it's never a good look. It's never a good look. So I'm going to leave it at that. Does Eddie Hearn bring up a good point? You guys let me know. E-King Fight News. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And we're out.